This is what no one teaches you need to do in order to win your VA ratings consistently instead of getting denied. This is for whether you're doing a transitioning military, you're doing an initial claim, whether you've been out for 30 years, you need to submit a personal statement for each and every condition. A separate personal statement for each condition. And I'm going to show you how to create an ironclad personal statement to bolster your lay evidence so you can maximize each condition that you file. This is going to be a tremendously valuable video to you. By the end of this, you're going to know how to submit a top, no kidding, 1% claim so that you can maximize it the first time or this next time, even if it's your 100th time. You can maximize it. I'm Jordan Anderson with VA Claims Academy. What is lay evidence? What are personal statements? Why is it a big deal? Very briefly, in the VA ratings process, we have medical evidence, which is weighted. We all know what that is. It's doctor's notes, medical records, things like that. But you also have something called lay evidence. This is also weighted and put into play for your decision. Lay evidence allows you to create a statement and give it directly to the VA rater. The VA rater is reading your statement, and you are saying how your service-connected ailment affects you, your symptoms, things like that. I'm going to show you when you combine that with knowledge of how you are rated through 38 CFR, the schedule for VA ratings, how powerful that can be in making a huge difference in percentage and ultimately your monthly income. So stay tuned, okay? Let's get right into it. Hit the like button, by the way, if this is valuable to you. Share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more. I'm going to read to you a 38 CFR snippet because the first thing that you need to do when you're applying for a VA disability claim, whatever condition that you're applying for at any given time, you need to Google it, okay? You need to look at 38 CFR. How is that condition rated? And I need you, when you Google, let's say, migraines VA rating, go to 38 CFR, not just a blog. I'll link it in the description below. You need to pull it up and read it. I need you to look for words like or, look for words like such as, look for words like and I'm going to show you why. Attention to detail here. I'm going to read you right now a very brief snippet, and this is going to be the criteria for winning a 60% rating for GERD. I get a lot of people saying, how do you win a 60% on GERD? No one gets a 60% on GERD. Guess what? We get a 60% all the time on GERD at VA Claims Academy because we know how to write our personal statements. I'm going to show you how right now. 60% for GERD. Quote, symptoms of pain, comma, vomiting, material weight loss, and hematemesis. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's blood in your vomit, right? So vomiting blood. Or melania, blood in the stool, with moderate anemia, so low iron levels, or other symptom combinations productive of severe impairment to health. What does this mean? You need to get your lawyer cap on when reading these things because they're going to use their lawyer brain against you to try to maybe deny you, okay? So if they're going to think like a lawyer, it's a bureaucratic process. You need to think like a lawyer in order to fit your story into this criteria, okay? Your true story into this criteria. This is what needs to happen. You saw an or. What does that mean? That means all those things that I mentioned, oh, here's what most people do. Oh, I don't have any weight loss. I'm not vomiting blood. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I just don't qualify for 60%. You missed it. You missed the or. Everything to the left of or, you can disregard, right? That brings us to the next one, which is segmenting. That's the next tip. Well, why? Because we just segmented, because everything to the left of or, feel free to disregard. What was to the right of or? It was other symptom combinations productive of severe impairment to health. Okay, hey, there's less armor on this area. We did our reconnaissance. This is the weak point in the armor. That's our surgical strike. What do? We segment it off. Throw everything out, disregard, don't let it take up mental resources anymore. Now we're surgically striking this area, other symptom combinations productive of severe impairment to health. What is health? Health is physical, health is mental as well. Okay, so now you're thinking outside the box because you have the mental resources to be able to do so because you're not thinking about this huge thing anymore. That's segmentation. Now what do we need to do? We need to internalize. That's what I'm saying. What is severe impairment to health? Okay, Well, I mean, I am kind of embarrassed that I have GERD. That is leading me to not really go out as much, and I'm kind of a social recluse as a result, now that I think about it. You're internalizing what it means. Oh, wait, now that you mentioned it, what's the thing that everyone says to do in order to get healthy? To eat healthy. Now that you mention it, this is affecting my digestive system. This is affecting the way that I absorb every single nutrient. Guess what? That's impacting every single bodily function. I've internalized it. Now I'm ready to translate that. You know what? Hey, I do meet this criteria. Through this way, and that way. I thought outside the box. I'm ready to translate that into this criteria that I just segmented and internalized. That's your surgical strike. Reconnaissance. Identify the weak point. Surgically strike, internalize it, and then translate. Okay, I'm going to show you what that actually looks like. I'm going to come up with a personal statement just in real time after we go through the rest of these. So pause right there. Next, we're submitting this personal statement not to a robot, not to some automatic rating system. We're submitting this to a human. What does that mean? We have to, and this is not to be overlooked, you have to manage an ego. You have to manage your ego and manage another ego on the other side. Why? Because there's so much gray area in this process, as you've already seen. I just proved to you with other symptom combinations, right? What does that mean? Productive of severe impairment to health. What does that mean? It can mean almost anything. There's enough gray area to where if you really piss somebody off, they can get you. So don't piss anyone off. Manage an ego. You have to. So if you're using machines to write your VA rating, you're missing that part, I promise you. You must manage your own ego and others' ego. Let me give you an example. If you're a doctor, and you have your doctorate, you're a physician, and you're writing your own personal statement, and you're saying, oh yeah, I'm a doctor, and I know this, and that. No one cares. You're just going to make someone mad, and you're probably going to get underrated because there's almost no accountability for someone trying to get you in this process. The VA rater can underrate you, misrate you, and there's almost no accountability for it. That's the sad reality. This is real life. Manage the egos. Lastly, trim. You need to think to yourself, does this sentence earn its real estate? Is this advancing the ball down the field? Is this leading me to this criteria that I already researched? If not, delete it, throw it out. You know why? This part goes to managing your own ego. Your story is incredibly important to you. It doesn't mean it's incredibly important to everyone else. You need to manage your own ego and realize that there's another human that's probably read 100 of these statements who doesn't really care about you reading this. So anything that you're venting in, I get that. You've been holding things in probably. This is the first time you're actually being vulnerable. You just want to blah. I get it. But you need to detach yourself, right? Jocko Willink, you need to detach yourself from it and realize, hey, you know what? This probably isn't relevant. I'll save this for my diary, okay? Let me go ahead and create you a statement for GERD that would meet that 60% criteria. Hi, I'm Jordan Anderson. I always start my personal statements like that or something of similar. Why? Because it only costed us 3 words, and now my writer's block is gone. I have instant momentum. Worth it. Hi, I'm Jordan Anderson. I have had GERD for X amount of time, and it was diagnosed in service, let's say, for the sake of simplicity, for this video. My GERD manifests itself in acid reflux, the inability to swallow, and it even affects my sleep because I'm constantly having trouble swallowing. This lack of sleep affects my day-to-day life and overall health, and impacts my mood levels. It impacts my ability to think clearly, and my wantingness to socialize and have a healthy social life. This GERD has severely impacted my health in a negative way, period. Pause right there. Pause right there. Why did I say severely impact my health in a negative way? And why did I not quote directly verbatim 38 CFR when it said severely impaired my health? Because I'm managing someone's ego. If I come and I start quoting the passages like a pastor and throwing them at them like I'm doing some exorcism, I might damage someone's ego. What I need to do is I need to, have a verbiage that is very similar to where it automatically raises the red flag of the examiner, the rater in this case, saying, oh, wait a second, that's severe impairment to health. but I'm not directly quoting it because that could be damaging an ego. Resume. This GERD has severely affected my health in a negative way, both mentally and physically. Physically, I'm unable to optimally digest any nutrient that I eat, meaning that even if I'm on a perfect diet, it will not have its full effect. This lack of optimal digestion affects every single bodily function, including my mood, my energy levels, my strength, my ability to function on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Jordan Anderson. That's it. Get in, get out, surgical strike, on the target, low armor, boom. Once you meet the criteria, get out, back out. You're in, you're out. That is it. Don't go on and on and on. Keep it simple, keep it short. Add paragraphs and spaces between paragraphs because no one wants to read your wall of text. Again, this is a human. And make it readable and effective. I really hope this helped you. You need to apply this same philosophy to every single personal statement that you write, which, by the way, should be for every single condition that you file. So know how you're rated, do your reconnaissance, segment it if needed, look out for these words, internalize it, understand it, you need to translate it, manage an ego, and then go back and then trim. This is how I have been so successful writing personal statement templates. This is why I'm known for personal statements. And I love the art of it because when it all comes together, it truly is a beautiful thing. If this helped you, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs it more importantly, and subscribe for more valuable tips and insights like this. Be blessed. May God bless you. May God once again bless this country. Cheers.